Maybe confused.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Collins. Luke.
Yea.
Conto.
Yea.
Dan. Here. Carmen. Buck.
Here.
Everyone received the proposed minutes for the meeting on the 6th of June. Any amendments to that? Hearing none, minutes stand as approved. Takes us to public speaks. Gary.
Nothing, thank you.
Joe? No. Trish?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm just here to let you guys know about the quarry. It was nice enough to have Ed call me and let me know about the Christmas lighting that you're having. So we're gonna participate in that.
That's big, yeah.
So, and I asked for a table and he said, yeah, we can do that. So we're gonna be passing out some coupons and stuff in the quarry so that we can get people up there. Does anybody know about the quarry? Everybody here? Everybody knows about the quarry?
Yeah.
Because what I'm finding out is that there's not a lot of people that know about us. And I'm shocked, just shocked. I mean, if you're not a golfer, they don't know about you. So we're gonna try to remedy that today, so. We like some input, on how we can do that, how we can get more involved in the community.
Yeah. That's great.
So that's my job.
I heard great things about the restaurant at the quarry.
Yes. Yes.
So it's good.
You haven't been?
I have not been.
You need.
I know.
You should get out there.
I need to do a lot of things. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you I need to do a lot
I
of
bet.
things. That is definitely one. But I do need, there's a couple great restaurants in the village of East Canton that I also need to patronize. And so you're absolutely right, though. I've heard great things. And
Our hours have changed and stuff, so we're gonna be open from Wednesday to Saturday, now, from 3 to 9 for the
Okay.
restaurant, just for a heads up.
Yeah.
So,
Do you guys ever advertise on like a billboard or the radio or anything?
we don't do the radio,
And you
they're
don't
low
do
budget
billboards?
advertising
Yeah,
individuals.
gotcha.
So, they've had it for 5 years. They're new owners, so they've had it for 5 years. And, but we made a lot of strides. I mean, we host the Hall of Fame inductees. We have each one of the inductees have a party at various venues.
Yeah.
And we had the Bengals this year. Last year we had the Raiders. And we had Diana Ross.
Oh, Diana
that's
Ross.
great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a big deal. It
That's,
was,
a
it was
big deal.
several million that was spent at our place. So it's pretty cool. So we're a part of the Hall of Fame stuff now.
Yeah.
So, very exciting.
Yeah, please make sure you send over, information on your events or whatnot.
Yep.
The village is gonna be included in a magazine that's published mainly for Louisville, but every month, there's gonna be a section in there for myself to put out village news and to keep people updated. So, if there are special events for the general public, just keep us informed.
Yes.
Get some information from them and the light up East Canton and put it on the website.
Absolutely, yeah.
When's the meeting next, Trish?
Wednesdays.
Okay.
So we're doing drink specials as well.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays.
Nice.
So, the patio is beautiful, isn't it, Ed?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, thank you.
She makes it sound like I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out
Enjoyable
there.
place.
Yeah, for just being outside the village, it's pretty
It is
handy.
very nice.
And we have bands and stuff that are coming over the summer too.
Nice. Yes.
So we just had a comedy night actually.
Right. Well, what are your adjusted hours?
Well, from 3 to 9,
3 to 9. Okay.
and it's Wednesday
Okay.
through Saturday, through the winter.
Okay.
So I'm trying, my sole purpose is to be here tonight is try to get that restaurant going.
Yeah.
Get it, acknowledged, because everybody knows the golfing, so
Yeah, for sure.
Trish, what's your last name?
straight, Strait, just like George. You still have my number?
I do it. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good stuff. Mr. Jones is signed up, but he's here as a candidate for the PD. So we'll talk more about that when we get to safety. Anything else for public speaks? Gary, want to appreciate your help with the levy committee. That was much appreciated. And everyone else that was on that committee and work that was done, very much appreciated. Good. All right.
Did you happen to notice the margin by which the levy passed?
27.
Yeah.
I thought it was-
34 vote difference.
I was gonna say it's about 34 vote difference, yeah.
Absolutely. That's good stuff.
For having the presence of all the voters, the turnout for voters,
Yeah.
this time because of the two
That's
major
true.
issues.
Yeah.
I think we did quite well.
Yeah. It's always tough because, when a block of voters show up with a focus on one certain or two certain issues, then maybe they're not as educated on others. But I think it did well considering.
I think we got the word out.
Yeah.
People saw it.
It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Good job.
Yeah, with the other levies on the ballot as well. So we had
Mm-hmm.
the PD, but then there's also the road, the cemetery. So there was a lot for the voters to take in, and it's good work by all. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
All right, takes us to committee reports. Service.
Under roads, the banners for the village came in, once we were talking about where they'll all be the same size as far as the schools and ours. They've all come in, but they won't go up till next year. There's a lot of homework and stuff we have to prep to get ready for it. So, underwater, the generator at the pump house, it's installed. The gas company did come out, but they stated it would be 6 to 8 weeks before they can hook it up. They're waiting on parts. So it's probably gonna be the first year before we see that actually up and running. When we get it up and running, I'll definitely let council know. If the village gets the grant for the generator for the water tower, we will have to run it on diesel fuel. I think it's like 152 foot or 172 foot from where the gas main stops up by the house to run it down to the tower. It's $69 and some change per foot,
Really?
which is a little over $10,000. Yeah, they'll do so many feet free, like 100 foot. After that, we have to pick up the tab. So since we ran it last time on a generator and it was gas, we go diesel, we should be just fine. So, bottom line is we don't have a choice. But that won't be it's not going to be an issue. So we'll have to wait and see if we get the generator.
Do you still use the diesel tank down at the service garage?
Yes. In fact, we just got fuel a few weeks ago. The parks, the restrooms at the park are now closed for the season. It's been winterized, and the leak program will stay in effect until Mother Nature says it's time to pull it. So, under buildings, nothing to report. And under other, so the question came up about holidays. And the question was, why does the village not recognize a lot of the holidays for the employees? With that being said, I kind of broke it down. You can see at the top here, federal holidays. Them are all the holidays. There's 11 federal holidays. What does the village have? What do we have now? The employees have 6 federal holidays, what they get off. And we get 1 non-federal holiday, which is the day after Thanksgiving. And you can see the next one down, to keep up with the other cities and villages that are closed these days. And down at the bottom, it says missing is. And then with the 5 days, we don't participate in the closing of the village for them federal holidays. It's just for council to look at. Maybe make a decision on why. We don't know why. It's been like this ever since I started. So this has been going on for quite some time. But I don't know why the village doesn't recognize the federal holidays. Everybody's closed. I know my clerks, when they come into work, if it's on one of these days, nobody comes because all the banks are closed. It's more a lot of not doing a whole lot because nothing's flowing. So if council could take a look at this and see if they can remedy it. Maybe they keep it the same, maybe they change it. I don't know. But I just want to bring it to council's attention tonight to take a look at it. That's all. And it's about updating our books, getting East Canton on the right path and where we need to be with everything else. That's all. So, just so you know, nobody is complaining. Nobody's nothing. It was just, the holidays are here and it was brought up in a question. So I brought it forward to council. Simple as that. And you can see where the one non-federal holiday, we used to have Good Friday off. And we give that up for the day after Thanksgiving. So the last thing I have is I know you already got that.
Yeah.
What I have here is just the capital projects for next year. Henry and I sat down today, well, actually over the last few days. And you can see I'm just gonna go through these real quick. And some of these actually ain't real capital projects, but they're a little higher in price than normal. You know, like the blacktopping of intersection, we decided this coming year, whatever money we get for blacktop, that we would start blacktopping intersections. Okay. And then work off of them as we go forward, trying to get some roads blacktopped instead of chip and seal. The culvert behind B&B, we talked about that last year, that the second half would be done this year. We're still looking at wanting to buy a sweeper for the Bobcat so we can do a lot of cleaning of the roads after storms, stuff like that. The North Cedar project, I'm working with Kurt on that. And the bottom one, you can see the 4 catch basins down at the corner of Roy and Noble. They just keep falling in, and we're getting holes and holes. They're only, it's not very deep, but we need to replace all 4 catch basins and the pipes that go through them. Clean that up and get it done. So some we're looking at, and again, this is all for next year. Underwater, we have the water tower project of course, and the water line on Center Street. That's the biggest project for the water department. Looking to replace maybe 2 hydrants, 2 6-inch, repair 2 6-inch valves and replace or repair 2 8-inch valves. And of course, the last one, the generator for the water tower. If we get the grant. Under parks, like to trim a lot of them trees. That one big tree down at the far side is tearing up the whole walking path. I mean, it's bad. The trees are big, they're bad. They need trimmed up or cut down. So I'll be getting with some of the tree trimmers out there and getting some prices for next year. None of this stuff I've gotten prices on for the most part, because first year everything goes up. So I might as well wait till the first of the year to do it. We're looking at a gator. It'd be nice around the park. We could find a used one or something, or maybe get a grant for that. Because I know there's grants for the parks out there, so we'll be looking down that road for different equipment. Dredging of the pond, I'm just gonna bring that up. We all know where we stand on that. Again, now's a good time to do it. I know it's expensive, but the water's down. We're gonna get more mud than water. And we wanna update the mower, the Ferris. You know, we talked about it last year and I got some quotes, but council didn't move forward on it last year. Maybe we can move forward on it this year. What we don't want to do is keep shoving stuff back, or we'll end up back to where we was 10 years ago, trying to fight our way up. We need to keep our equipment nice. We need to keep it updated, because when something happens, we need to be there with our equipment. Whether it's mowing grass, the big truck, whatever it may be. The bucket truck, I think it's going to die. I don't think it's going to come back out of R&Bs. They're working on it, trying to get the bucket to lift. Still no luck. I don't see it going anywhere. We've been using the school. They got a scissor lift. We had to change the light over here. So we went to the school and got their scissor lift and put it on a Bobcat. Drove it over there. We were able to change the light fine. But bucket truck would be just a little bit nicer. And again, there's grants out there, things we can look at. You know, we got this winter to look and see what we can do, and we'll do that.
I was told on the pond,
Mhm.
if we actually call it a pond or a water feature instead of a detention pond, they give us more leeway as to the depth and what we can do.
Something, it's good information. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
It's something to look into.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Under buildings, we need to seal the service garage asphalt. It's not a big thing, but it's something that needs done. And blacktop behind Village Hall. I bring that up every year. If it gets done, great back here. If it gets done, great. If not, it is what it is. But it would still look nice up here if we had a blacktop driveway. In fact, grants, to even do the park, to do that whole park, maybe we get grants. Maybe there's something out there. I don't know. But we're gonna look, see what we can come up with. Under vehicles, we pushed back the replacement of the 2019 F-250 last year. And council asked me to hold off till this year, so I'm really looking forward to moving forward. We would get rid of the truck, the plow, and the salter, and buy all new. And the reason I say that, because if you look at the salter, the two chains that run the inside, we oil them, but with that salt, it just eats them up. It's just a matter when things break, and we're down.
If we traded it now, we'll have value. If we wait till forever, it's not gonna be anything but junk.
Correct. We'll get our best bang for our buck right now. Everything is working, everything's good. It's in good shape, low miles, and we'll get our best bang for our buck. But again, it's one of them things that we were gonna trade it in every 6 years, I think, something like that. Every 5 years. We pay it off, keep it a year. That's what it was. We paid off for 4, we keep it an extra year, and then we rotate it. But we didn't do that. Council asked me to push it back and wait again. So this will be 2 years. We just don't want to continue that. And again, it's going to put us right back to where this village was years ago. And we were driving 20-year-old equipment around, trying to save a buck. So,
If we get a truck big enough, we can get rid of that red dump truck too.
and the last thing I had on the list again was the bucket truck. I know Ron's working hard over there trying to get it to work. I told him I don't want to put a whole lot of money into it, but if you think you can get it, and Ron's not one to give up, but somewhere, and he works on it off and on. It ain't like it's an everyday thing. But I know we got a lot of money in it, and I just don't want to go too far with that. Maybe we have to end up just selling it.
How often do we use that thing? I mean, didn't we had some work done on it not too long ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
With certification
The
and stuff.
bucket has given us a lot of problems over the last few years.
Yeah.
And we dumped a lot of money into it out at Southway, I forget the name of the company.
White.
But we dumped a lot of money into it. And it's just getting to the point where it's got almost 300,000 on it. So it's just getting to the point it's not really worth dumping a lot of money into it. Now, Brian can get that up and running. For the most part, we'd probably be fine for a few years. For the amount that we use. Flags, lights a lot. We work with the school. With some of their lights, when they go out, we can take our bucket truck and go straight up. It's easier and safer compared to what they use. So mostly it's signs and traffic lights. So that's what we use it for. Trees, we use it for trees. Whatever else. Oh, we use it on the buildings here. Working on the buildings and stuff like that. So.
Ed, I know you brought up a good point about the cost changing at the beginning of the year. Is it possible to get budgetary numbers for these? A lot of times, groups will give you budgetary numbers and say, look, this is subject to a potential
10%.
10%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good for us as we move forward. Now that the police levy's been finalized, we can move forward with really setting our plans for the coming years.
Right.
But to make that budget for 24, we're gonna need at least some budgetary numbers on some of these projects.
Right. Because I believe Kurt's got to have it in by the end of December or something for the first 3 months.
That's just the temporary.
Yeah.
The temporary, yeah.
Yeah, the permanent appropriations.
So yeah,
March,
getting,
end of March.
getting numbers is not a problem.
Okay. Yeah, we understand. I think council understands the fact that, it's hard to, if you get a budgetary number in December, if you go back to that company in May, June the next year, the odds that it's gonna be the same exact number are next to nothing, zero.
Correct. Yeah.
At least having some budgetary numbers for us to plan.
Sure.
Would be good.
Yep, I can do that, not a problem. So, that's all I got.
One question?
Sure.
What's to become with that nasty telephone pole that that woman sliced off there by Mount Tabor?
Cable lines are still attached to it. Cable company has to come out and take the lines off of that and put it under the new pole. Our company doesn't do it.
Okay, is there any safety issue with the way it is right now?
Not really.
Okay. It just looks unsightly, so.
Yeah, and if the bottom completely breaks off at the bottom, it'll just hang there. But, and I've noticed poles, not only here in East King, but all over the county. If you look at them, the same poles have been waiting to be removed for years.
Oh, yeah.
Start to become landmarks then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that
Exactly.
broken pole?
I'm surprised you don't hear about it more in the news and things falling over. There's some nasty stuff out there.
There is,
I mean, bad.
so,
That's all their deal though. The power
yeah, but it
company.
does look very bad there, no doubt about it. So, okay.
Thanks, Ed.
Yep.
All right, this takes us to safety.
I'd like to thank Gary, Joe for helping pass the levy. It was much appreciated. And the other guys that participated on the, guys did a good job. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And everybody, happy Thanksgiving, in case I forget. I've been getting a lot of grief about visibility on the officers and boosting traffic stops and that kind of stuff. So I put a proposal together for council to look at to help fix this problem. It's just a proposal. It's not something that I'm asking for to be written in stone, but it's something to look at, maybe kick it around. You can get with me or something, we can talk about it. However you guys want to go with it. And in the last 2 weeks, we had 15 traffic stops. We had 4 outside assists to other agencies. We had 2 theft reports, which resulted in 2 arrests. Both were summoned to the mayor's court. 2 harassment calls, 2 threats calls, 2 alarm drops, 2 civil disputes, a vandalism call, 1 property damage crash, 1 suspicious activity, a civil standby, custody exchange. 1 abandoned vehicle, which resulted in a tow. We had a mental call over the weekend, which we called the crisis center out. They come out, they were a big help. Did a welfare check and numerous business checks. I got an email today from the guy we bought the Explorer off of. He's now dealing in the new Dodge Durangos, the ones that the State Highway Patrol is going with. And he's offered us to bring one out, let us take a look at it, play around with it for a little bit. I'm gonna set that up, but then I'll let everybody know when that is, if they want to come out and check it out. Actually, a pretty sharp looking vehicle. I don't know prices on it or not, but at least he's offering to bring it out, let us check it out. So we'll look at that and go from there. Also, Ed, I'll be getting with you tomorrow. I got an email about grants.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll find you your park grant.
Sounds good.
How do you want us to communicate with you with your proposal here.
Call
Call you?
me, stop in, see me, email me. I'm always available one way or the other.
That's quite, you put a lot of work into that.
Yes, and there's a lot of work coming that I'm doing also. The state's separating some of their reporting stuff into their own portals. And I just received a packet about that big to
Yeah.
read and learn how to do that. Like when we hire and fire somebody, it's got its own portal now. So you gotta go on their site and it's completely
Digital.
separate.
Yeah.
The training, 24 hours that we had to do this year. I'm reporting that. I found out that we got like 15 people on our roster that haven't been here in 10 years. So I'm in the process of getting them off the roster. Trying to get reimbursed for, they'll reimburse us for the 24 hours for everybody. So just trying to get that accomplished. Got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's really all I have for right now. I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, forgot you, Kevin. I didn't see you over there. I'd like to ask council to hire Kevin as a part-time officer. Kevin Jones, he comes from Cleveland. He's worked at Cleveland PD for a number of years. He's done a lot of stuff with children in Cleveland. A lot of stuff with the press. He's a PR guy. Comes highly recommended.
Which district was you in?
I worked in the 4th District, 5th District, Prosecutor's Office, the Record Section, a lot of other units within the Division of Police.
I've spent some time around the guys in the 4th district.
Yes.
That-
It's different.
That's for real there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
He works at Mercy Hospital now in Cleveland as an officer. So.
You live in Cleveland currently?
I do.
How many hours a week would you plan on giving the village?
I haven't decided yet. Chief and I are talking about that and my availability and how I can better assist the village here.
I made him aware of our 32-hour month requirement, and he's good with that.
Can you work any of those offset shifts?
6 to 2, 10 to 6.
That's fine.
Traffic car, he's willing to do traffic car. Which I'd love to get out. We just don't have enough people to do it.
Yeah, this will seem like vacation coming down here compared to
I
that.
hope he doesn't get bored.
Yeah.
We need to get him dressed up like the high school kids. He could fit right in out there.
Undercover.
Yeah, it looks like a kid.
Need a motion for that?
Yeah, there's an ordinance in the judicial court, so we don't have to take it now. We can, once we get to judicial, we can go through it. Let you all have questions for candidate Jones before we.
Comes with experience and we need more people
We need more people and experience is nice.
willing to drive and give us hours that we need then.
If you like it, you can move down here, you know.
Yeah, at the quarry and to go there.
That's right.
I'm a realtor too.
That's good stuff.
Also, we've done 6 funeral escorts in the last week. And we have more scheduled for this week. We did 2 today. And I believe there's one the 28th. So they've gotten really busy here the last week and a half. So,
Yeah, which isn't good news, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's that time of year though. It's sad.
that's what they said. It's going to get an uptick this time of year.
And not to piggyback off of Chief, I'm also in the funeral industry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cover all the bases.
All
Yeah.
bases, first and last.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good.
Wow.
Good stuff. All right. Any other questions for Chief before we move to judicial? Thanks, Chief. Appreciate you. Takes us to judicial. Yeah, that should be a good, yeah. We have everything. Do you have everything?
Not much. I didn't even know you was gonna present until you
Yeah.
emailed today.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Yeah.
all right, since Nick's here, I'll read the resolution and the ordinances. Resolution R 2023-13. This resolution here, our grant writer, or I should say the lady that's doing our loan application for the Center Street and the water tower project, came across this grant program, which is part of the ARP funds that the federal government released, and it's a first come, first served, and they've got another round of money coming up here in November. They need this resolution passed in order to apply for that grant. So that's what this is, just basic housekeeping. Resolution R 2023-13, a resolution authorizing the mayor to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program and to execute contracts as required. Whereas the Village of East Canton, herein referred to as the Local Government Agency, or LGA, and whereas the Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant provides financial assistance to political subdivisions for capital improvements to improve access to clean drinking water and wastewater infrastructure. And whereas the LGA is planning to make capital improvements to the East Canton Water Tower and main line, and whereas the infrastructure improvement herein above described is considered to be a priority need for the community and is a qualified project under the Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program, and whereas RCAP has the authority to act on behalf of the LGA in preparing and submitting program material, including the application, responses to inquiries, and reimbursement requests. Now therefore be it resolved by the LGA that the mayor is hereby authorized to apply to the Ohio Department of Development for the funds as described above. That the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into any agreements as may be necessary and appropriate for obtaining this financial assistance. Authorizing for RCAP to apply, the LGA authorizes RCAP to act as its agent in preparing and submitting an application to the Ohio Department of Development for the Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program. RCAP is hereby authorized to submit the grant application on behalf of the LGA through the official project application site located on Investing in Ohio's future.ohio.gov, and to participate in the grant requirements on behalf of the LGA as necessary. The authorization granted to RCAP remains in full effect until otherwise revoked by the LGA. In the event of revocation, RCAP and the Ohio Department of Development must be notified in writing. The LGA acknowledges that this authorization does not constitute a commitment of funds by the state of Ohio for any of its programs, and that RCAP will provide accurate and complete information in the grant application to the best of its knowledge and belief. That this legislation is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the public health, peace, and safety, for the immediate construction of the water system improvements at the earliest possible time is necessary in order to protect the health of the residents of the LGA by providing a safe and healthy environment. Wherefore, this ordinance shall be in full force, I should say this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately after its passage.
So moved.
Alright. Roll call. Blue.
Yay.
Contos.
Yay.
Dan.
Yes.
Carmen.
Yes.
Bugsy.
Yay.
Very good. And basically what this allows us to do is try to get some additional grant funds to reduce our burden for the low interest loan. So it's just another way to keep driving down the costs on this project.
Ordinance 2023-23. An ordinance to appoint Kevin Jones as a part-time police officer with the Village of East Canton Police Department and to establish his hourly rate of pay at $15 per hour. Be it ordained by the Council of the Village of East Canton, State of Ohio, the Village of East Canton, or the East Canton Village Council, Stark County, Ohio, does hereby authorize and approve the appointment of Kevin Jones as a part-time officer with the Village of East Canton Police Department effective December 3rd, 2023 at an hourly pay rate of $15 and with all the prerequisites of a part-time police department employee as set forth in the East Canton Village Employees Handbook and East Canton Police Department policies and procedures. The hiring shall be on a 1-year probationary period, and council does hereby further authorize the East Canton Village Fiscal Officer to do all things necessary to accomplish the purpose and the intent of this ordinance. The village fiscal officer is hereby authorized to draw warrants on the village treasury for payments for any of its respective appropriations and accounts for salaries or wages for persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. Be it further ordained, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this ordinance were taken in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council and of any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were meetings open to the public and in compliance with the law. Be it further ordained that this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the public peace, health, safety, convenience, and welfare of the Village of East Canton, and shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage at the earliest date allowable by law.
So moved.
All right, roll call. Blue.
Yay.
Contos.
Yay.
Van.
Yes.
Garmin.
Yay.
Buxton.
Yay.
Also want to do a motion to suspend the rule.
So moved.
Second.
All right, roll call. Blue.
Yay.
Contos.
Yay.
Van.
Yes.
Garmin.
Yay.
Buxton.
Yay.
Third and final reading by title only, ordinance number 2023-23, an ordinance to appoint Kevin Jones as a part-time police officer with the Village of East Canton Police Department and to establish his hourly rate of pay at $15 per hour.
Second.
Second, let's have a first.
Motion, sorry.
However it works, do it
Pretty
backwards.
quick on the draw there, fellas.
Ready to
I
go?
missed though.
Hey.
I missed.
Oh, how about we give you the first and Paul the second?
Yeah, that's
Trigger happy.
Missed.
Roll call. Blue.
Who's on
Yay.
first?
Contos.
Yay.
Van.
Yes.
Garmin. Buxton. All right, congratulations, Mr. Jones, Officer Jones. I will not be able to swear you in until we get your new hire paperwork back and confirmed everything's good, okay? So, for transparency reasons, we try to like get that done ahead of time. But we will get that to you so you can get that all completed. As soon as you get it turned in, I'll be here and we'll get you sworn in.
Okay, thank you,
Sound
sir.
good? All right. Anything else for judicial? Very good. Takes us, see anything, we just talked about grants. Takes us to finance.
Finance, I'd like to make a motion to approve invoices in amount of $62,402.58 and payroll in the amount of $14,407.72.
Second.
Roll call. Blue.
Yay.
Contos.
Yay.
Van.
Yes.
Garmin.
Yay.
Buxton.
Yay.
All right.
Derek wore himself out on that second. He couldn't even make a motion.
Might need a nap now.
Okay. Anything else for finance? Thank you, Councilman Buxton. Takes us to other. We do have some good news. Some residents have been asking. We have the new gas rate for the natural gas aggregate. And it's represents a reduction of over 50%. The current aggregate has a rate of $6.91 per MCF. The renewal for next year has a rate of $4.04 per MCF. So that's a good news for our residents. That those letters will probably be going out in the coming period here.
What, the new one was for what?
404.
404.
Yeah, it went from 691 to 404. That's good news. Anything else for other? If not, I just wanted to request that council consider an executive session.
I'm starting to get a complex here.
Yeah, sorry, gentlemen.
Yeah, and they're talking all about you two, and they, even though I'm not supposed to say anything, your name's come up an awful lot.
121, 22, J1.
You just wait.
Employment.
I'll make a motion.
Hey, Mayor. Gotcha.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Very good.
I don't know if you can officially shut it down, so we,
Okay.
yeah. All right, so we had a motion by Buxton, a second by Garmin. Roll call, Blue.
Yes.
Contos. Dan.
Yes.
Garmin. Buxton. And 7:43. All right.
Going
So
live.
good.
Yeah, yeah,
We gotta do it official live, right? All right. All right,
Aye,
so,
aye, 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 aye.
who wants to make a motion?
Motion,
I have Garmin making the motion and Conto second.
Garmin, Conto.
whatever.
Roll call.
Yay.
Conto.
Yay.
Dan.
Yes.
Garmin.
Yay.
Boston.
Yay.
All right. Yeah, sure.